So after the first game of the ALDS, we lose in that game. So now we're down 0-1 in this ALDS. So Houston, they played a pretty good game. It's a 3-2 loss for us though, but we just did not score enough runs or get enough hits. Our pitching was actually really good the first part, but Lance McCullers 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, struck out 7 batters for ERA of 3. Restrowman pitched 6.2 innings, allowing 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned of them, and 8 strikeouts. So Strowman a great start, I'd say so myself. But the thing is that we just left too many hits early on, and we just couldn't recover from that then on. So we lost just basically because we did not get any hits at all when we should have got hits. We needed crucial hits at times. We just did not deliver with runners on base. But regardless, we are down 0-1 here in the LDS. We have like 4 more games left. We have 1 more game left in Toronto. We have 2 straight in Houston, and then we have 1 left if we need one back in Toronto for Game 5. So let's go quickly. Actually, no, we'll go and check out what the rest of the MLB looks like when it comes to World Series playoffs. UNL, anything else? Okay, so it looks like LA is up 1-0 against Detroit. Houston's obviously up 1-0 against Toronto. Washington and Pittsburgh are 1 apiece, and same with San Francisco and Chicago. So looks like it's all looking pretty good over there in the NL, and the AL looks like we have a kind of a little fight here. So let's go and simulate this next game and see where we're at. We take the L there in Toronto again. No, this is not how I imagined this. So what is going on here with their lineup? So 13 hits for them, 7 hits for us. Not looking good there. They did score a run in the top of the 9th to make it 5-3. So it was 4-3 for a while, but man, that sucks. Tulo a home run, Donaldson home runs. Tulo and Donaldson playing well right now. Will Myers a double. But what happened here? Drew Smiley 5 innings pitched, 8 hits, 4 earned runs, struck out 4 batters. Not really what I wanted from Smiley. Our relievers though, what is this? Salas hit of a run though, and that's not good at all. You need to have our, come on, we're just batters, or not our batters, our pitchers. Our later inning pitchers, our bullpen needs to be better than this. Our starters are putting up pretty decent starts, like 8 hits, 4 earned runs is actually pretty bad, but still, it's decent basically. What I'm saying, our bullpen's got to hold up at least some whatever happened from our starters, and our offense needs to produce, which our offense is not doing whatsoever. We're hitting home runs, but the thing is, we need to go and get men on base and drive them in by just base hits, not home runs all the time. Base hits is what get you on that score clock. But anyway, we're down 0-2 here. We're going into Houston. This is not looking good. This is actually giving me flashbacks back to 2015, last year in real life. Toronto was down 0-2 against Texas in the ALDS. They did win 2 straight, and they won the last one in order to move on to the ALCS against the Royals, where they lost. But anyway, this is where we need a comeback story. This is when heroes are made here. Is in the postseason when it comes down, be down 0-2, 1 game left until you're eliminated. You just need to step up. And this one is the big start too. Madison Bumgarner versus Dallas Keuchel. 11.25 ERA last time. Mad Bum not playing the playoffs yet this year, so let's hope we get a quality start from Mad Bum, and our bullpen holds it up, and our hitters play well. Basically, our team needs to be dynamite on this game. So let's go. I'll let you go quickly. The last MLB. Hyping this up a bit here because we want to make sure we win this one. Otherwise, we're out for the playoffs for the first time in a long time we've ever been out in the ALDS. But anyway, we're down 0-2 against Houston. 1-1 series over there in Detroit and LA. 1-1 over there in Pittsburgh and Washington, and 1-1 in San Francisco and Chicago. So same results over there in the NL, but 1-1 over there in the other series in the ALDS. But anyway, we're down 0-2. The only team to be down 0-2. We need to get a W here and stay alive in this ALDS. So one thing right there. So that's game day. We need to be hyped, guys. We need to go out and win this game and somehow make it a 2-1 series just to start this comeback here in the ALDS. Come on, we can do this. Are you kidding me? This is terrible. 3 straight games we lose after having a fantastic season, and we've been eliminated from the playoffs by the Astros. So Not the playoffs I've been imagining at all. I want our playoffs to be better with Mad Bum there. But what went wrong here is the real question here. So, looks like when passes starters when it comes to that. But we did lose 4-3. Our hitters did not show up whatsoever throughout the entire series. At all? What went wrong? So, Donaldson home run. Lucas Duda had an RBI. Donaldson had 2 RBIs. So, Donaldson and Tulo very good in the LDS, but look at our pitching though. 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, 3 earned runs. A quality start, I guess, by Mad Bum. But look at our bullpen though. Store and let up a run, 2 hits, not what you want to do. when it looks to be tied. They actually walked it off too. Oh, that is not good. Storen, your future here is not looking good whatsoever. Come on. Gotta be better than this. But Keuchel, 5 hits, 2 earned runs. That was a really good start by him. 6.2 innings pitched. Not too bad. But see, the difference when it comes to the Houston, though, is their final pitcher, their closer, or at least their closing guy, I guess, in air quotations there, Shaka, he actually didn't allow anything at all, which is what you want to do, is strike out batters and end that game off with a W. But obviously, Storen cannot do that at all. So Storen, his future's not looking good whatsoever for the Blue Jays. You might have to go and cut him loose this offseason. I'm saying that, I know it's pretty premature, one mistake here, but this is a big mistake that we went through the playoffs as the favorites, I'd say, to win the AL, at least move on to the World Series. But we go and lose 3 straight against the Houston team that only won 89 games compared to our 104, I believe. Not 104, 102 games. So we should be way better than this. It's still not looking good at all whatsoever for us. So let's go, and I guess we'll go and sim like a day too. Okay, so where is the ALCS matchup? So we'll go over to there. Who's facing off in the ALCS? So obviously Houston swept us in the ALDS. 2-2 over there in LA and Detroit. And 3-1. Oh, looks like Pittsburgh moved on to the LDS, or not the ALDS, NLCS. And San Francisco and Chicago are 2 apiece. So let's go in a few more days and see what these AL and NLCS matchups are. So it's in a few days, and it looks like Houston is facing off against LA. We have Pittsburgh facing off against San Francisco. So the Giants, after losing Mad Bum, they're back at it again, being the NLCS. So the Cubs, though, they somehow got upset 3-2 over the NLDS. So at least we both lost in our first round. So I don't know, it doesn't really make the favorites lost, basically what I'm saying. So at least we're not looking stupid here by losing in the ALDS compared to them. But yeah, let's go and simulate this round and see who's moving on to the World Series. So sim a week or two, but anyway, it looks like the LA Angels defeated the Houston Astros 4-2 over there in the ALCS. Whereas San Francisco, they went and swept the Pittsburgh Pirates. So somehow Pittsburgh lost. And now it looks like LA's up 2-1 against San Francisco. I want another AL team to win the World Series, though. Just based on I want the AL to win because we're in the AL. So let's go and sim a few days and see your new World Series champions after the Toronto Blue Jays last year. Sim a few days. Anything changed? 3-2 now. So San Francisco maybe coming back. I don't know. One more day. They play that day? I probably didn't play that day. Oh, 3-2 still. Okay, good. So one last game. I'll sim to there. It looks like the LA Angels have defeated the San Francisco Giants in 2018 World Series. So looks like your LA Angels are your new World Series champions. So Mike Trout, he gets a championship. Albert Pujols, I think if he's still on the team, he gets a championship. So looking really good over there in LA for the Angels. Let's go check out this LA Angels squad though quickly. So Mike Trout gets his first MLB championship, World Series championship of his career. So 26 years old, 99 overall. He's looking very good. They have Yoenis Cespedes, Andrew Heaney, Logan Forsythe, Gary Richards, Joe Smith, Adrian Gonzalez. We traded their last offseason. Now he's a World Series champion once again. So Adrian Gonzalez, looks like the titles are following him around. So looking pretty good there for Adrian. But anyway, you have Cole Calhoun, Sammy Vaccaro, the rookie of the year a few years back, and a few other great players on this team. So I'm happy for Mike Trout. He needs a championship, and he finally has one under the LA Angels. Let's go and check out their trip, though, throughout the playoffs. So, over there in the AL, it looks like they started off 3-2 over Detroit, one game win over in the LDS. They moved on to the ALCS and defeated those Houston Astros, who we lost 3-0 against in the LDS. To move on to the World Series by 4-2, and they went and won 4-2 against the San Francisco Giants in order to move on and win the World Series. So, how many games they lose though? They lost 3, or they lost 2, 4, 6. Only 6 games lost in the entire playoffs. Looking pretty good for the LA Angels. But anyway, they won against San Francisco Giants, who did end up winning 3-2 against the Chicago Cubs, the favorites to win the World Series over there in the NL, and they went and won 4-0 against Pittsburgh. They swept them in the ALCS. They went and lost 4-2 against the LA Angels in the World Series. So great trip for both those teams. San Francisco looking really good next year, and obviously the Angels look to be #1 next year for championships. So the only unfortunate thing here is that we do not go back-to-back, which really sucks. But it doesn't really matter too much, as we're going to probably get more titles in the incoming future. Let's go check out these team rankings, though, just see what happens. So, Angels second in batting average. Looking really good there. I guess, yeah, most of these stats will reflect it, because they played more games, so obviously they have more time to pad those stats. But looks like they're #1 hits, #1 doubles, #1 triples, #1 home runs, #1 RBI, #1 stolen bases, and caught stealing doesn't really matter. And second in walks, it looks like. Strikeouts were third somehow. Wait. Actually, that's not too bad, actually. So we didn't strike out as often as we thought we would. But anyway, they're second in slugging percentage behind Boston, with fourth in on-base percentage. It's first in total bases, obviously. First in plate appearances, that's pretty obvious to see. GODP doesn't matter. Assists, they're number 1 in assists, obviously. Number 1 in putouts. So most of these stats are kind of just padded, basically, because they play more games. So that's why they're number 1 in a lot of these categories. But when it comes to batting average, though, it's pretty good, though. Same with these home runs too, I guess. That's pretty decent. But I guess you're expected to hit a lot of home runs if you have Mike Trout on your team, though. So anyway, that was the playoffs. We did end up getting swept by the Houston Astros for the first time ever in this franchise mode in the ALDS. It was kind of unfortunate, but our bats just weren't working, and our pitchers weren't doing the greatest. Same with our bullpen, though. They're terrible. So let's take a look at some of the roster, just basing on if they'll come back next year. But right now, I have no idea what I'm going to do with Drew Storen, though. $5.5 million, 30 years old, 86 overall. He's a good overall, and his stats were actually pretty good for the regular season. But the thing is that Drew Storen, he blew it in the ALDS and did not allow us to go and move on to a championship. He's a great pitcher, though. I like him, but I'm just not sure what I'm gonna do with him. Like I might keep him, or I might get rid of him. So that's the only thing that's really up in the air there when it comes to Drew Storen. The rest of these guys, most likely I'll keep, though. Like JPL, great at relief. Fernando Salas, obviously going to keep if he's an All-Star last year. Julio Alvarez, he might keep, just based on he's 23 years old, 72 overall, B potential. And anyone else, really, I guess it doesn't really matter too much. We'll go and do that off-season video next episode, so make sure to look for that one. But anyway, I'll make a few moves. I'll get rid of the players I need to get rid of, like maybe Gerard Dyson. I'm not sure about him. Aaron Buxton, we're going to keep for sure. Right field, Colby Rasmus. Not too sure when it comes to him, but maybe we'll find out on the next episode. So make sure to like and subscribe for more Toronto Blue Jays. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.